Hello and welcome to Flippin Through, the internet's #1 Mad Magazine news, review, and interview channel. And today we're flipping through Mad Magazine number 386, released October 1999. Cover price $2.95, which is indeed cheap. But before we do that, please let me remind you, hit like, hit subscribe, leave a comment down below. That's the #1 way to support this channel. I'm at like 719 or something. My last goal, I said like 725 by December 25th. I'm pretty sure, now I'm confident I'm gonna make it. So I gotta like boost it up to like 750 or something. I want this channel to grow and I can't do it without your help. So liking, subscribing, leaving comments, that's invaluable to me. If this is worth something more than just a like or a comment, patreon.com/flippinthrough. As a thank you, any amount, I'll send you a 6 set of stickers. You want something more? I will be sending you, send me $5. I'll send you some pretty awesome buttons. Can I do this? Can I zoom in on these? God damn it. Anyway, look at these. These are the signature buttons. And I did such a good job on them. I'll throw in a 5th one for free, the Mad Hex button. Anyway, I'm just out here just begging for your money and for your attention. If I can't get internet fame, I just want your money because I'm a fraud. That's the word on the street and in the comment section. And it's true. I have to be honest. I do need to confess that up until 3 years ago, I had no idea what Mad Magazine was. And I need to apologize to you guys because I thought the quickest way to internet fame would be to start a YouTube channel about Mad Magazine. I thought that was it. And I've been discovered. And so I just gotta own up to it. But I hope you understand that although this started off as just a scheme for internet fame, for attention of strangers, it's grown into a true love of Mad Magazine. So yeah, I hope that you guys forgive me and give me a like or a subscribe. Also, the money on Patreon. Patreon.com/flippinthrough. These are the people I get to thank right now. Jacqueline Gosling, Reflection of Perfection, Frank Snyder, Misamo, David Strickler, Megan McInerney, Shane Buckley, Bobby Weigel, Cam Hayden, Rob Wilson, Rod Mead Sperry, Andrew Goldfarb, Casey Ori, Little Cozy Nostril. Thank you guys so much for the support, and I hope I can keep on earning it. With that, where am I? There we go. That's why everybody's here, not for Mad Magazine. Certainly not. Anyway, this is a wild issue. I don't know. I remember, I can't remember which ones, but do you guys remember the yellow border? And that was, I think like Doug Guilford made a post once where it was like, this was welcoming in the sort of edgy era of Mad Magazine. And I don't know, I should like check when was that in relation to this, because this seems like kind of an edgelord type of cover. At least to me. I don't know. I mean, I look at it, it's like, how should we kill this Pokemon? You take the most beloved one and try to murder it. There's dynamite out up its asshole. You have it being blended up. You have it squished by a steamroller. And then the 6-gun salute. And then back to the classic UPC gags, a UPC accident. Actually, I didn't catch that. I just caught that for the first time in my entire life. This is a wild cover, and I don't know what else to say about it. And here we have. Well, see, none of these have the yellow border. I don't know. I wish that there was a website that somebody could go to. And find that stuff out. Here, I'm on it, madcoversite.com. And I can't tell. Oh, this is right after that. This is like, I don't know, maybe a year and a half after they switched from that yellow border. very short-lived. I think it was like only 1 year of the yellow border. Here we have the horrible content department. Table of contents. Why would I call it? Maybe I just saw that. These Monroe faces are so cool. I just absolutely love those. There's something about this I like where they're taking just like little things from each of the articles and incorporating it. Like there's a little Spy versus Spy marginal blown up. Jay Leno, celebrity odds of death, more of these Monroe faces, more marginals, presumably. And of course, right, this month in Mad History. I didn't look at this before. 96, last color taken for little awareness ribbons. But they're still coming up with more. Are you kidding me? 1991, October 12th, 1991. That was just yesterday as of this recording. McDonald's Silence of the Lambs Happy Meal tie-in flops. 1983, first underwater bowling tournament held. Anyway, I'm not amused. I don't think that it's that funny. Here's kind of a fun thing. As you can see, I did not cut this out of my issue. As promised on our cover, here is your chance to vote how that pesky Pokemon should meet his demise. You can vote by visiting our website or by sending a postcard to Kill That Pokemon, care of MAD Magazine. Vote early and often, and remember, don't drink and vote. All votes must be received by November 1st, 1999, in order to meet the execution date. I don't remember how this turns out. I should take a note. November 1, 1999. So presumably, sometime in the year 2000, they killed it. And then look at, celebrity midgets. That's kind of fun. We have R2-D2 and Mini-Me. Get the frickin' laser. That was stupid. Here we have HokeyCon. I say this every time. I say it every time it comes up, but it's like it's weird when they lampoon cartoons. And this Pokemon one is no different. It's kind of sucks because it's like, I don't know. I actually enjoy manga and like anime. So I don't know, it doesn't look better. It looks kind of worse than what Pokemon looked like. So I don't know, it's kind of hard to enjoy this. Probably because it's special to me. Because when I was a kid, I was in 5th grade. When did this issue come out? 99? So this is a couple years after, because I was in 95 is when Pokemon came out. I was like the target demographic for it. And I loved it, and it was great. So I don't know. I'm just not, to me, this is like joking about abortion. It's not funny, okay? That's my third rail. You do not mess with Pokemon. Anyway, Mad's NASCAR primer. Now, you thought it was done. You thought the Mad primers were done in the 1960s. Nope. What year was this again? 1999. They're still doing it. They're still like this was old decades ago. Chapter 1, The Driver, Part 1. See the NASCAR driver. His job is very demanding. He must drive his car very fast. Vroom, vroom, vroom. He must avoid collisions. He must avoid hitting the wall. He must avoid lengthy pit stops. He must avoid being lapped by the leader. But there's one more thing he must avoid more than anything else, mainly eating Mexican food just before the race. This is the problem, right? So it's like 1999. I'm 13, 14 years old. Depends on what time of the year this comes out, October. So I'm 14 years old. I'm about to go into high school, and Mad Magazine is doing NASCAR primers. Not that NASCAR isn't enjoyed by 14-year-olds. It's just that nobody has used a primer in school for decades. So I have no idea what they're talking about. They could just say, rather than asking John Caldwell to write a primer, you could just be like, just write a funny joke about farting in the car. The driver part 2. See the NASCAR driver. People say he isn't a real athlete. They say he doesn't run and throw like athletes in baseball. They say he isn't big and muscular like athletes in football. They say he isn't toned and conditioned like athletes in basketball. You know what? Why else he isn't a real athlete? Because he isn't a whining, selfish, swell-headed prima donna like they are in baseball, football, and basketball. Oh, that's very interesting. They really had the back of the NASCAR drivers. I feel like obviously NASCAR drivers are like low-hanging fruit, right? People constantly mock them and ridicule them, despite like it is like a really difficult form of racing, by the way. And it takes like a good amount of physicality. But people in the South like it, so it's easy to make fun of. But look, he had his back, John Caldwell. But this is the problem is like, I love John Caldwell. I love his writing, but I don't love the primers. It's just not really something that I just don't want to support it anymore. Okay, guys, I'm pulling my support for all MAD primers, except for the ones that I like the monster primer that Wood did. Anyway, this is kind of fun. Look at chicken fat. Is Freud chicken fat? You got to let me know. I don't know if he qualifies as chicken fat. And now we have Tarzani. Tarzani is again kind of an interesting choice, and not so much in the Pokemon one, but in this one, I think I realized what doesn't really work about these, at least for Mad Magazine. If you're going to lampoon a movie, right, like with Robert De Niro in it, you can draw a cartoon version of Robert De Niro and exaggerate his proportions, but you can still tell it's Robert De Niro or Meryl Streep or, I don't know, I only know old actors apparently, Doris Day. But with a cartoon is already has exaggerated proportions. So if you try to make it any more cartoony or exaggerated or caricature it in some way, you run the risk of it not being recognizable. So it just has to look like the Disney movie Tarzan. And maybe you do like cross eyes or this, like, you know, I guess you can draw situations that are funny, but oh my God, this is like a sexy cartoon. Damn, look at all these nipples. I wonder if that will work for Kyle Bridget's nude mad thing. So yeah, I don't know. It's cool. I like it. The art's really cool. And I know I came down on that Pokemon one. I actually do like that Pokemon artwork, but oh, look at here's Flip the Bird. It's it just doesn't work for me. It's bizarre seeing so many cartoons in there. I mean, okay, this is the perfect example, right? Here's Janet Reno, Bill Gates, Judge Judy, and I don't know who that is. But you have these caricatures, like highly exaggerated, but they're still recognizable. This guy's only not recognizable because he's not in the news anymore. I'm sure that, oh, the accuser David Bowies? David Bowies? I don't know. Boys will be boys. But, you know, you get these crazy caricatures, but they're totally recognizable. This is, who drew this, actually? Keith Seidel. Keith Seidel. Very interesting. All right, that's kind of cool. This is almost like Harry North Esquire vibe. Does anybody else feel that way? Harry North Esquire? this issue is just so bizarre. Um, this is living to feed Al Roker. Um, and in my notes, I wrote, Weird Al called. He wants his parody back. Taking a pop song and turning it into having it be about fat people eating. It's This is so bizarre. Um, Frank Jacobs is the writer. Um, I, it's so bizarre. He's into heavy noshin', shops at the fat man's store. Just hear his belly sloshin', crying out, it still wants more. Check out his gut reaction, and he'll show you how it's done. 6 burps of satisfaction. He's only just begun. All supermarkets cheer him when he walks into the store. The groceries he buys can feed a family of 4, or a West Point Army Corps. Sardines, turnip greens, living to feed Al Roker. With baked hams, Smucker's jams, living to feed Al Roker. Like, what the fuck did Al do? He was just like a jolly fucking fat weatherman. That's it. That's what he did. And damn, they're going after him. I do like, I mean, Rick Tolka bringing the heat with these illustrations. I mean, it's wonderful. Um, and you also have, wait, these are people from the Today Show, right? Back there? Anyway, I think they are. I could be wrong. Um, it's fun. The illustrations are certainly fun. Feel bad for Al. I wonder if he saw that. Poor dude. Um, then here we have Monroe and the motor bike. Now, I'm not going to go into too much details about this. Um, I will take the time now to say, though, the Potter's EB podcast that I do with Kyle Bridget, that link is down below. It's available everywhere, every podcast platform imaginable. Ought to have it. If it doesn't have it, complain to us and I'll fix that. We're going through all of the Monroe comics one by one. We are reading through these and giving our thoughts and commentary. And if you know me, it's pretty shallow commentary. But thankfully, Kyle Bridget's there to help us all out. Anyway, so with that, we're just going to oh God, it's just like, how do you not stop and comment? Look at the silhouettes. Oh, it's so great. Oh, his girlfriend. I forgot about that. I forgot about, or it's not his girlfriend. Who is it? I forget that. But that girl, like, that really stuck in my mind a lot. All right. Can you tell what the title of this, can you tell what the title of this is? I'll read it to you. The MAD Repertory Players present MAD Stirpiece Theater, this issue's production, the Pokemon Playhouse. That's a lot. Act 1, Incident at a Toy Store. Now, this is, you might actually recognize this artist, but not from Mad Magazine. Amanda Connor. Amanda Connor did this. She is like a pretty big comic book artist. She works at DC Comics, does a lot of she does a lot of Harley Quinn now, but I think she used to do, what else did she do? Didn't she do like Jonah Hex? I know, I'm thinking of somebody else. Anyway, God, who am I thinking of? There's a woman who wrote Jonah Hex, I think. Anyway, that doesn't matter. This isn't the fucking Jonah Hex podcast or YouTube channel. Anyway, so she's great. She kind of does like Harley Quinn stuff, like sort of cheesecakey Harley Quinn stuff. Really great artist. And yeah, really good at like expressions. It's pretty fantastic. Gosh, I remember Pokemon. I remember having to go to the CD store. It was called Shinders. And yeah, it was was pretty awesome. Now this, moving on. Oh, Amanda Connor, I do want to say, she's no slouch for Mad Magazine, too. She has, like, I don't know, a bunch of appearances. She did a bunch of Mad Kids, 3, 4, 6, 8, 9, and 11. But then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 appearances in Mad Magazine. But honestly, I think she moved on to greener pastures at DC, if I'm being honest. This is Tim Shammy, and he's pretty cool. This is he was like a Mad 90s artist that I don't think gets a lot of like praise or a lot of people like boasting about him. Yeah, early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s. He's cool. He's a good artist. He has like, I mean, this is not like, I don't know how to describe this. It's just, I like looking at this. There's a lot of stuff to look at. It's not like, it's like artfully put together. There's just like shit everywhere. This must have taken like a tremendous amount of time. And it's all about the Mr. Movie surround sound home theater system operating instructions. When I first, this is like, I guess, this is my, maybe this explains how I like his art more than my words can. When I first did this, I was just like looking at this imagery. I didn't even notice. I turned the page and I was like, wait, what the hell? What is this about? And I flipped back and then noticed this part of it. So like that's his art kind of drew me in, and I think that's pretty cool. I like it a lot. Anyway, but yeah, he doesn't. That's not a name for Mad Magazine that seems to come up that often. And this is just like the hell that it is to have a home theater system. Or I guess now it's like, it's all Bluetooth. There's nothing. So like maybe this is not going to age especially well. But you would have to have fucking cords for everything. And like, to be honest, that's what my system is still like. And it's a pain in the ass. It's just not as complex now as it was back then. But there is something rad about this, like this stereo with like a million freaking buttons. I like that. I don't know. It's pretty cool. And then this, obtaining the surround effect, the placement, crappy. I'm gonna zoom in on this. I've really enjoyed this. Normal mode. Boom. Rear speakers. That's right. Rear speakers you want like 4 to 6 feet behind you. If you just have them like a foot behind you, you're not getting the actual stereo. It's like surround sound effect. Abnormal sound. Teenager mode. Annoy the neighbors mode. Crappy sound due to lousy floor plan mode. Lucasfilm THX louder than crap mode. Hearing impaired mode, usually as a result of the THX mode. And then home drive-in theater mode. It's so cool. My damn ex took me to the cleaners mode, and there's the boombox. I love it. I'm not gonna, artist Bob Steak, writer Dave Croato. I'm not gonna read this. Are you kidding me? This is too much. This is the type of thing as a kid I really did enjoy, like being able to read every single pan, like not read it because I fucking hate reading, but like just reading the pictures, looking at them. I did enjoy that, but like now, it's a lot less fun. Now this, the Mad Look at Phones, I thought this one was really cool. It's kind of funny the way that technology changes. We can, I don't know, it's a nice reminder, I guess. Is that what I'm getting at? I'm nostalgic. I'm so old that I'm nostalgic for something as new as the cell phone, the cellular telephone. And so you get ones like this, which are like just still appropriate, right? Like that could be a smartphone. Works perfectly well. This one, fucking absolutely. Like how it's 99, it's 23 years later, and this still happens. Pretty crazy. So it's kind of fun how much these still work. He calls the ambulance? What does he call? Oh, pizza. um, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of fun that it still works as well as it does. Like this one, not at all. My children saw an old phone booth, like the stand. There was no telephone in it, but for some reason the like little thing was still there. The shroud, would you call it? And they were just like, "What is that?" Like, yeah, those were gone before you were born. They disappeared, which is pretty wild. And then here we have like literally all of these work still, despite the change in technology. I think I just like that they were like old brick phones with antennas and stuff like that. Um, the lighter side of. Sorry, guys. I'm going to skip it. Here we have Ray Alma and Dick DiBartolo with Austin Powers, the spy who shagged me. Um, like that. I'm not going to go into I'm sorry, like just hit pause and read it. It's beautiful. It's funny. Elvis Costello, Burt Bacharach, Mike Myers. Look at it. I mean, it's just like it's amazing. I don't have time for this because we got to get to the celebrity cause of death. Betting odds. Herman Mejia. I'm sorry. Jeez Louise. The amount that I kissed that dude's ass, you would think that I would get his name right. Ruptures spleen, laughing hysterically at his own jokes. Oh, here it is. 2-1. Terminal brown nose from constantly kissing celebrity asses. 5-1. Impaled by his own jaw during WCW pile driver. 20-1. Finally cornered by knife-wielding OJ, still pissed over all the jokes. 50-1. Overzealous backslap from Johnny Carson for doing such a great job replacing him. 7,875,309-1. David Letterman ruled. So much more. And as you can see, this is unfolded because this came from my childhood collection, and I am not some type of animal that folds in a fold-in. Oh, guys, come on. You can do better. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure, hit like, hit subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Toodaloo.